excited, so excited. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Kami々よ、ご覧ください。オンパロスは勝利を収め、再創期が間もなく訪れます。しかし、本当にそうでしょうか。
最近、エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても、再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
Yo,
新世界は
final! Look at the yo! Look at the goat!
黎明を灯す。星々を燃やし尽くす。諸行をもたらそう。
There it goes. You know what that reminds me of? Just a little bit. Sephiroth's transformation. Just like that. Just Sephiroth's transformation. Oh, they showing no saber! Yo! Okay, okay. Emiya. Wait a minute, who the fuck else was that? Was that Lancer? Yo, that is Lancer! Oh, yo, this Lancer. Yo, okay, that looked fucking. Yo, that was dope as shit. That was dope as shit. That was dope as shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. That was dope as shit. Holy shit. I can't believe they have Lancer there. And we're not even getting Lancer. Bro, oh my god, that shit's gonna suck, bro. And if they had Ren and then Sakura, and honestly, I would want them to. I would want them to. That's crazy. That's legit crazy. That's crazy. Let's go to Albert.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello!
Owlbert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anaxagoras.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my
You're not the
heart
only one,
racing.
Albert. You are not the only one. We've been waiting for this Fate collab since, like, what, a year ago since it got revealed? You're not the only one, Albert. We all been waiting on this one.
The burning sky and the fall of dawn.
Oh yeah, I also got a pull for
Akuma
Final.
was the last
Final's
place
gonna
under
be the
Kefei's
shit. He's gonna be
protection,
dope as fuck.
but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth, so what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Finan is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphorus is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that.
So, hey, I feel like they're gonna do the Finan was the bad guy this whole time. That he was the one who was like sealed away in there, and they've just been like monitoring him and shit like that. I feel like that's the case because listen, this is like his form like reminds me of like Sephiroth. The wings. It's not exactly a like Finan. I mean like Sephiroth, but it's essentially just Sephiroth, and like his transformation just feels like a boss. It looks and feels like it's going to be a boss.
All that's happened in Amphorus is not as simple as it seems.
It's like it's gonna be a boss battle.
For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. The whole world was peeling off.
Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphorus and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphorus' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Era Nova.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphorus is being used as a chessboard by people from
Determine the future of the universe.
But before the Era Nova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphorus. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Era Nova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Era Nova...
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Finan and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphorus. They'll be returning to the battlefield with a very important mission.
That sounds crazy. They have to return.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Finan. That Finan we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that Finan isn't the
bad
one we're
guy.
all familiar with.
Oh?
But I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4.
I'm not spoiling. This is all speculation, by the
Actually
way.
got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version.
Ooh,
In these records that we
big?
kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphorus' true nature.
Before, As I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
Oh shit.
It looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphorius' secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True!
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously
Fucking
announced, is
thank
finally
you.
going live in version 3.4.
Oh my
Story
god.
dialogue
Please. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you for putting the fucking skip button in there. We needed that. We needed the fucking skip button. Okay? Like, for people who like making like different type of accounts, you don't know how like much this could save a lot of fucking time. But I'm pretty sure the skip button is gonna be like fucking watered down, like they tried to do last time, where you, instead of like putting the skip button, you could just like not ask questions and just go on about your fucking day. Thank you that they actually listened this time. Holy shit, bro.
can now be skipped by section, with plot summaries and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way. Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
But of course,
Recap
as
the
we
story.
move into version 3.4, we shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh,
Shit.
you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little
Okay.
teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
I can't wait to
They
dive
already
into the
planning
new story
for it.
already.
Oh shit.
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Viden and take a look at his story together.
The boy Finon, the one everybody been waiting on, bruh. Outside of Saber and Archer. Yo, that shit is awesome. One light side and on one dark side. That shit is fucking awesome. This nigga dropped meteors, bro. This is some moderate shit, bro. This is literally this is like a villain transformation.
What in the world happened
This is
to
like
Vinen
some
to make him
Sephiroth
change this
shit.
much?
What did Sephiroth do? He dropped meteors on niggas, bro. He literally, this nigga is like literally Sephiroth. Big long ass sword, wing transformation, dropping meteors. You can't get no, bro. This nigga look like a villain. He's literally a villain. At least I think he is. Okay, like at least I think he is.
This is nothing
But
like the
that's like
warm,
some
sunny person we all
Final
know.
boss level shit.
Now
Dropping
he
meteors
seems
on motherfuckers.
Strange and
Only villains do that.
formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finon was one of the first Chrysosairs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finon carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finon to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Final like before he joined the flame chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
He's like, bro, what was that? It's like everyone assumes that he's gonna be a savior. Like, what the fuck is? Yo.
Before the flame chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
It was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest.
They get better and better with each map. Each map is just crazy. They really put some real fucking detail into these maps.
That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finan's past, how he became a warrior, joined the flame chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on, no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphorius needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphorius are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Finan make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then, let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take a look at how Finan performs in battle.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets.
Okay, so that's
the use of my skill also grants me.
So that's where that single target shit came from.
Core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Okay.
Wait.
So okay. I'm pretty sure he said stacks, right? Yeah. So depending on the amount of I guess so maybe 3, maybe he gets like 3 or 4. And then he can attack everyone, it seems like.
So core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finan can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finan will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Finan powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take action, while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
So you would like super carry you would super support this dude. You would put what's her name? The green chick. How. Then you would put Sunday, and then you would put probably another supporter like Bronya, and then you could like gas power this dude. You could like fucking engine this guy off. One brings that's crazy. You just like, especially if you got the right items on him. No, like you could just like make this dude a fucking like hyper carry.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Firen's teammates still stay active to provide him with much needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets.
Okay.
Calling upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack.
Okay.
Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got,
So basically he goes into this tank stance and he eats up all that damage, and then whatever stacks he has into it, maybe, I think I'm doing this right. And when it's his turn, he does an attack that will attack like the main person, but possibly wipe out the other 2. The main person
the
that he's
stronger
targeting.
that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Firen will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Firen's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Firen instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all enemies? That's nuts!
Of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Firen's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
I see.
All right, now that
What? What? That's crazy.
we've wrapped up Firen's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jing Liu
Oh yeah, they get their buffs.
are all getting some serious enhancements.
Thank God.
Let's go!
Happening?
Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf. After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, so it's AoE
That's
now,
good.
not single
AoE
target.
now. Let's go.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier
All those
to apply
Silverwolf
the
fans
weakness
standing
we
up right
actually
now.
want.
That's crazy.
Next up, Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies.
Okay.
And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack.
That's really good. That's really good.
After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, okay, if that's the case, right? They have to buff Black Swan because she actually does need a buff. She needs it. She needs it.
And now for Blade. After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and the overall
Blade
damage
and her,
output
I don't have
climbs
those
even
characters.
higher
I
accordingly.
don't have those characters.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
Okay.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely. So choose whichever.
Bro, you can switch between one. Could you mix and match? Please tell me you can mix and match. Cause that shit would be broke if you could mix and match.
Version you like best. For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official announcements.
Yo, this opens new
Sounds good.
Everybody.
Aside from the ability reworks, one more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit, Spring Missive, is making its debut.
A new outfit. Look at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Bro, y'all not getting me to. No. I'm not dumping money on the. That better be unlockable. Because Firefly's like one of my favorite units, alright? They not gonna make me dump more money into this, bro. I can't right now,
With
bro.
her school uniform on, Firefly
Please
looks
be
more
an event
youthful
gift.
than ever.
Please be an event gift.
And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest, you can tell she put a lot of thought into picking it out.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Well, Miss Kafka does have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric Shards. And again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements. Next, let's take a look at this version's banners. In version 3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Finan. And the limited 5-star light cone thus burns the
When we gonna get a
dawn
4-star?
will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance, the story's next page, is being added to the first half banner.
Okay.
At the same time, we'll also kick off a special warp event. The limited 5-star characters, Treevee, Sunday, and Sparkle are coming back.
Bro,
Plus,
why would you
5-star
do
light cones,
this?
It's time we're a flower, a grounded ascent.
Bro, I definitely
Early
need to get
Escapade will return as
E1.
well. In the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly, Jingliu, and Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword
Bro.
and the unreachable side.
Two of our newly buffed old friends are making a comeback in this version. What about
Oh
Kafka
my
and
god, bro,
Silverwolf?
this
Here's a
banner
little
thing is
sneak
gonna
peek.
be crazy.
Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And the limited 5-star light cones, Patience is All You Need, and Incessant Rain will rerun as well.
He's in pity.
Nice.
He's in the
Also,
upgraded pity.
8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the Nameless Honor Rewards
8?
in version 3.4.
I
8.
see quite a few familiar faces on the light cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Looks like Finan really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's
Oh wow, they got
mattress.
Chibi and her mom.
Can't
Chibi and
beat
her
that
mom.
level of comfort.
For sure.
All right, let's take a quick break. There's still more version 3.4 content coming your way.
Could you imagine if they did had Saber, like they switch over and then Saber and Archer's voice actor was there? That's crazy, bro. Oh my god, bro. If I pull on him and Sunday's banner, I don't even think I'm gonna have enough for Saber and Archer. Bro. I already got E1 Tribby. I don't need and I gotta get Tribby's light cone too. Bro, I'm just broke right now, bro. I'm just struggling really, really hard right now. I don't think I can do
Welcome
it.
back. Let's take a look at the events in this version. A piece of good news comes from Penacony at the other end of the cosmos. Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Oh, is that the cute Match 3 game?
That's right. The Interactive
Oh,
Peace
boy.
Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Penaconian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course. This time, the two players
I
will
ain't
take
even
turns
gonna-
acting on
I
the
ain't
same
even gonna
field.
lie, I ain't
and
really
every
like
player
this game.
has a set number
I
of
did
moves.
not really like
You
this
can
game.
eliminate 4
It's not
more
like I don't
fruits
like
to
matching
form
games.
bombs
It's
and
just, they just
obtain
not
extra
me.
moves.
All right.
You can also get extra moves
I got
when you
my
swap
gems
2
from
super
it.
bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh
Wasn't
no!
this the versus
I
one?
see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy
Yo.
Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field.
That's
Leveling
dope.
up items will also
That's
make them
dope.
more
That's-
powerful.
that's more fun.
As long as
okay?
you pick the right item at the right time,
Yeah.
you can turn the
Yeah.
tide and deliver a
Good.
powerful blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can
Okay,
also
so this
do
must
open
not have
challenges
been
with
the-
friends from
Oh,
across
so yeah,
the
this
universe.
was the fucking.
This
You can play
multiplayer
with friends?
mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term
Oh,
co-op game mode.
I gotta finish the
We're
seal,
done slamming
slammer one.
seals.
Holy
Now
shit.
it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns as usual in version 3.4.
Nice.
Boom! The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return.
Okay.
Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
Oh.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ah, why did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Offline exhibition will begin in July. This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right.
That's
We've also
dope.
prepared
And I
a
won't be
lot
able
of
to go to
event
none.
missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July.
Yo,
Come visit the
okay.
Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You seem mighty busy, Owlbert.
Well, I am a professional super host.
What's going on?
Oh, goodness, Albert.
Hey, what's going on? It's not my time
Is
yet.
this a command seal?
Ah! Whether or not your world has the concept of a holy grail, welcome to the live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Ah, long time no see, everyone.
Aventurine, my
I'm
nigga,
from
my
the
boy.
Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy.
And they got my
Galaxy
boy
Ranger
Boo Hill.
Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Oh, son of a gun.
No. If Albert was, he'd be a
Maybe
ruler
you two
class.
can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter
the
doesn't
ruler.
sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience?
Yo,
Explain
that's
what you
crazy.
meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's
Yo,
right.
let's go. Let's
I
get it.
have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That dadgum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort.
Yeah, bro, it's a holiday
How are they going to
resort.
attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides,
That was the main
didn't the
showstopper
last Charmony
there.
Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers.
Oh, some paper chasers.
I bet old Odie is thinking of the
Yeah.
same
I'm
thing.
thinking about
This
making this
Sweet
money.
Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed.
Bro.
Bullets don't discriminate, so someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacony's superstar of the Soul Glad festivity, our dear Trailblazer will be participating.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Of
Well,
course.
as another Penaconian shareholder, the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boodle will also participate in
he
this
has to have
Holy
Berserker.
Grail War.
If Berserker is in
Actually,
this, he has to
I was
have
just
Berserker.
wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boodle really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course! Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War.
Yo, wait.
They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
Is Lancer the
That's what I'm
4-star?
talking about. I wonder which heroic
Is Lancer
spirit
a
will end up
4-star?
accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract with who, Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's a reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th. So
I
keep
knew
an eye
it!
out for it.
July 11th.
Let's learn more about Saber and Archer, our 2 heroic spirits from another world.
Oh, yes!
Saber's dress seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right. The King of Knights' new outfit was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion.
Bruh.
As for how she looks in the game, well...
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm getting my saber. I want my saber, bro. My waifu. Like, saber is my waifu. It was my name for a reason, bro.
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle. When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
Yep.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets.
Which is weird is that a lot of people was trying to figure out why was she a wind unit, where like whenever she when the sword is invisible, right? Even after like she finally shows it, like it fucking swings a huge gust of air. So like anybody who was like really wanting to figure out why, you could have just watched the show, like, and it literally explains it why.
If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Ah. In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold, the King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into Enhanced Basic Attack. Her Enhanced Basic Attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
Ah. So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail War very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look, the sharp contrasts reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
You can make a bet.
悪くない代物だ。
核翼訓練
I am the bone of my soul. Unlimited Blade Works!
Blade Works!
So that's Unlimited Blade Works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to one designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Was pairing him with Sparkle.
The more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't use the Noble Phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate Unlimited Blade Works, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him Special Charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume Special Charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain Special Charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free!
Awesome.
We hope that,
Still gonna
under
have to pull
our
for 'em,
protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah. How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
Two free ones! Hold on, who?
But let's keep our eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how thoughtful.
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right,
Yo,
now let's
yeah,
check out the
you
banner
ain't
details.
kidding.
Once the
Shit.
collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain
The
the limited
Birth of a
5-star
King.
characters Saber
That's when she
and
had to
Archer
pull the sword.
respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, a Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn, from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
Does long-term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Light Cones?
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nuts!
And here's one more piece of news for you all.
That's crazy.
Throughout the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend a designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn.
Throughout all of version 3.4? In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
That's crazy.
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
Yeah, the Japanese, Chinese ones.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。セーバー役のカスメヤコです。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、私もとてもワクワクしています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は、厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録
I am a little bit disappointed that they did not get the English voices. It seems like maybe because of that fucking SAG, that dumb SAG strike, whatever. They didn't get the fucking the English voices.
中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い、新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルと フェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレイドワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Alright! Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nazu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate's Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his
her
spear
scabbard?
and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it.
Never
After
mind.
the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail
That's
War
crazy.
tournament, the genius Skullum made some
Why can't we
modifications
get the
to the Holy
other
Grail.
Lancer?
Now,
Like the
Grail can
Night
load
of
the
Beauty
simulated
is
data of past
okay,
striders
but
through the user's memories.
oh,
So Fate Stay
okay.
Night,
It kind of sucks.
Trailblazers will face
I'm
off
asking
against
for way
many
too much.
familiar and old friends in intense 1v1, v1, v1 battles. Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health, and when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help.
Yo,
Plus,
that's...
during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command
But they
spells,
disappear,
huh?
okay, yeah.
Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's... player.
Wow, this Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell! Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate's Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Ah, this way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome! So much content!
All right. Big thanks
Yeah,
again
this
to our
was chock
2
full of
guests.
good news.
That wraps up today's Fate Collab Update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part
Yeah,
of the
no,
job.
this was a good
Trailblazers.
one.
So Trailblazers, my
I like the
masters,
last
let's meet
special
again in
program, but I
version
like this one
3.4.
even more.
See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time, guys.
Oh my
See you
god,
next
this was
time.
actually really good, man. I'm really excited to see the buffs for the new characters. Honestly, I want to say for pre-existing characters, because I think we entered a point where those characters weren't even usable, and we just had to keep pulling to have the best units. Yes, I love pulling, but I also like being cheap and using the characters I already have so they can do double damage. There's a couple more characters I feel like need an upgrade. Definitely Black Swan was one of them. I mentioned her at the beginning when we talked about buffs. I am a little bit hurt about that, the Finon, and then being at a enhanced banner with like all the support characters. I feel like people who don't like have those characters are gonna have to break bank and like actually have to swipe credit card, like swipe. They but I mean, those are like some really big issues outside of that. I think that was it. That was it, man. You know, it's summertime. Enjoy yourselves and stay cold, bruh. Thank you. Yamato out. That's crazy. Bro, I can't wait to pull for Saber. Oh, wait. Another thing I'm excited for is that every pull before Archer officially comes out, not right now, like even the Finon shit adds to it. That's crazy. That's insane. So you can get a free 5. You basically can get a free 5-star light cone. They've never. I don't think they've ever done that outside of the ones you can get from Simulated Universe. That's insane. 8 and then 8 new. Oh, that's crazy, man. I hope those light cones are good.